On today's episode of Let's Talk FGO, hey, guess what? There was a second banner for the Samurai Remnant collab. It wasn't the one you were expecting. And also, we are, mere days from the pre-release campaign for Valentines 2024, which means it's time for a little pregame. We hope you'll stay tuned for that. Hello, I am one of your hosts, Omega. With me, as always, is Lucky, and we are here to bodyguard your chocolate.
But with that, I hope everyone is enjoying Fate Grand Order, aka looking a little Eva over there. And while we here at Pseudomega like to bring you the latest and FGO-related news and memes, we will be talking about current and future events with the JP&E version of the game, so anyone not wanting spoilers should be prepared to advance quickly.
Yeah, we're getting a few things, got some stuff. We'll have some thoughts for yous, for y'alls, for yeems.
Yees.
But before we get into that, it is time to conclude our usual start of the show business and remind you this episode is brought to you by our patrons like Adam DeHarp, Blacklisto G, Call Me Zed, Carlos Dragon, Flight Icebird, Jerry Vasquez, JDV9000, Justin Fay, Jonathan Sandoval, Starlight, Legendary Boss Hunter, Liam Caster, Regent Raptor, Rise of Kenji, Rogue Robin, Charvor, Sean Pryor, Some Guy Named Bob, and Varian the Crow. If you like what we do and want to see us do more, consider supporting us on Patreon. You get your name in that bit and other stuff. Thanks so much for your support. I did a thumbs up there that you can't see. I should just get the like sound from Death Stranding and just play that whenever I give a thumbs up that nobody can see. Okay, but yes, it's Let's Talk FGO, our regularly scheduled podcast about things. Many things today. We've got stuff for you. Talk about our patrons, and we got some news and some master missions. I had to resist saying master motions there to make it rhyme or something. I don't know, guys. We record these at like 9 o'clock at night for me. I just say stuff, okay? But you know who also has something to say. Let's check in with everybody's favorite go-hi. Mesh.
先輩、起きてください。
That's because at about 2.5 minutes into the raw recording, I can safely say it's time for Wake the Fuck Up Senpai, Wake us up for pro tips. Hey, the advanced quest number 1 is out. This will continue to be a theme. Now, I'm going to tell you, advanced quests are kind of like endgame content. They're not as intense as the Bleached Earth quests coming next year, but they are intended to be done, at a reasonable level of clearance. I assume since they're linked to, like, the Part 1 enhancement, they're probably meant to be done either the equivalent of, like, late or post Temple of Time type stuff. But anyway, don't go into them casually expecting just to do them, but they also aren't, like, current story drops either, so they're not that bad, but they will be a little chunky. Okay, you do have to clear Babylonia? Okay, yeah, so these are intended to be done, basically post-Temple of Time. So, obviously, for comparison, we are going to do the pregame for the Monoma Clear Valentines later. That is an event that only requires you to clear Fuyuki to do, so your levels of difficulty will be different. Keep this in mind, and enjoy your extra dust. But yeah, that's that. No records. Stuff's just kicking around. I mean, I guess I could say that I did actually complete the side story for the event, but, that's just, I did it. Somehow I managed to do that, and I think I fucked up my login streak, like, on the last day, too.
Don't you even get started on my login streak, guys.
It's okay, I just executed a segue.
I want to make a joke about that. That means pass the conversation to. But it is time for not all the world's evil, but damn close. It's me, because I'm pretty sure I am logging into FGO right now, and this is the first time I've logged into FGO in maybe, like, I don't know, a fucking week. Probably since last show, because FGO has been dead to me recently, and it's slightly upsetting me. But I am chalking this up to the shock of losing my job and the subsequent desire to crawl in a ditch and die. I haven't been really doing a lot with a lot of my gacha games. Hell, it's been hell on my Nikkei play too. We had what's called a union raid with basically everyone in one's union, which is basically, the club, the guild, the company gets together and slaps things together. And I think I attacked once in that entire thing. Thank you to the rest of the union for pulling through. We still were able to get in the top 8 percentile of everybody, but still, it was just like, oof. Bad. And so let's see how many days we got left here. Yeah, we got 4 days. I've done 1 mission in this rerun. I am horrible at this. Lucky, what is wrong with you?
If you could summon up the juice to do it in 4 days, because I know, so there are times when you have your crazy manic moments. If you could summon up the juice, the side story's worth it. Other than the inclusion of the side story, it is a rerun, so it's not like there is a lot to be, drawn into. I do think they actually, and I'll talk about it probably a little bit later in the free talk, but the side story, they actually, they did some modern production value on it, and there is some good extra writing there. It does kind of feel like a coda for case files more than related to the event directly, but there's still some good beats in it, and it's definitely worth doing if you can find the time. But this is what we talk about. We talk about, like, reruns not appealing, because, like, obviously, you're having a depressive period. Not everything is right in the world.
It's not. I have to consider if I want to go through with this $200 person of the collector's edition of P3 Reloaded, or do I want to keep that money? This is going to keep me up at night, guys. It really is.
But, like, there's no, like, extra thing to be had doing the rerun. You're just going to do, missions and clock mobs and occasionally poke old story. So, maybe when you get gassed up, as they say, the Valentines, which shouldn't be too far away, that'll actually have, new content. Valentines.
I mean, I'm gonna get gas. It's gonna be time for all the new Valentine scenes. I'm fucking there.
Yeah.
Let's go. I want all these girls and guys to tell me sweet nothings. And those in between.
But yeah, no, like I said, I'm obviously not as bad as Lucky, because I'm perfectly normal right now. Things are fairly alright. But, it's still a rerun, and it's like, as much as I want more tickets to throw at Aphasion, I'm also just like, shit, dude, did I forget to log in? I think I did. I thought I was owed a ticket. I got friend points instead, and I'm just like, obviously I clearly didn't care that much, because I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what I was doing. I was doing something else. And the patrons are being very supportive. Hey, if you're not already a patron and supporting us, you can support us by becoming a patron. You can hang out in our patron chat. High levels, you can listen to the show live. Fun stuff. Anyway, if Lucky has nothing further to add on that sentiment,
I do not.
We shall move on to, did you finish your master missions? This week, to finish your master missions, you must defeat 10 servants, any of them. And also, second bullet point, defeat 3 servants with the human attribute. And then also defeat 15 enemies with the earth attribute. They can, I believe, be servants. I'm pretty sure it didn't say not servants or bosses in my tag. Put an assassin in your party 5 times to complete a quest, and then get 2 skill gems or statues of any kind, and then get 4 skill gems or statues of any kind as drops specifically. So, do the event missions, do dailies, do anything, really. The main one is the assassin, obviously, and that's supposed to be to stick Gray in there, but you got a few things. Ooh, will we have an SR ticket? I suppose we will have one of those in the future. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine then. I'm chilling. Aphasion's cool, but also, damn, dude, I'm fucking out. Some weird fox woman took my wallet and ran away. Stole all my shit and left. Luckily, I don't think I have to care about rolling anything until Charlemagne, so we'll just stockpile. Save it all, baby. But, I'm going to move on to Skelograms. We got a few things. As we've mentioned before, there is a Part 1 improvement, Singularity support campaign going on. We've hit the Part 2 of this. First of all, if you paid for the unlock of Merry Christmas in the Underworld, the main interlude, it is now free if you clear Singularity 7. It's just free. If you paid for the rare prisms, you get them back. It's in there. This, I believe, should give you 1 free copy of Santa Altera, if you don't have her already, Altera the Santa, and then you can buy the rest in the Rare Prism shop, which should be easier because we're getting a lot of Rare Prism refundings. Also, we got Advanced Quest Part 1. The first ever Advanced Quest is in there. If you haven't been able to find it for some reason, it is in tab for your regular Chaldea Gate section, underneath all, dailies and stuff. Keep going, you'll find it. This one is for the Void Dust CE, your first copy. Yes, in case you haven't been paying attention. There will be a maximum of 5 copies of this CE, so there is an MLB number, but for now it increases your drop rate of Void Dust drops very slightly, and this will continue over time. The advanced quests are kind of interesting because they do not use support servants at all. You get the full 6 slots, so watch your cost levels out there, buddy.
Yep.
And yes, honestly, I think that's part of the challenge. The intended challenge is you don't get a free servant. You are not allowed to double Castoria or double Koyan this. It is literally impossible.
The salt of many people has been music to me.
Yeah, a lot of people got a little agita. I did not. I just did fucking 1 Castoria, 1 Koyan, 1 Morgan. We're chilling. I have some spicy units, but you can't do your complete brain dead strat. The game also, though, does straight up warn you. When you click on this, it's like, hey, this quest might be hard. Pay attention to class weaknesses. It's important. So yeah, no, this is definitely intended to be getting a little out of there. So keep that in mind. And to commemorate this, because obviously this is, Merry Christmas from the Underworld themed, we are going to have Eresh and Ishtar banners. The Eresh one first, the Ishtar one after. So yes, all in all, perfectly normal time. But also, I mentioned it before, but Waxing Moon Clashing Swords Chronicles did get a summon campaign too. There was indeed a second banner. The banner is going from the 25th until the 7th. But it's not a new servant, it's Summer Musashi, and also still Yui. Thank you. Fuck with a 4-star. So if for some reason you don't want Ushi goes in and you're trying for extra Summer Musashi copies, we still got the new limited 4-star. Nice. But yeah, I don't. While I wasn't gonna say that it's out of nowhere. I think some people have said on Twitter it's out of nowhere. It's kind of not. This is Berserker Musashi. That's literally the one that's in Samurai Remnant, guys. Calm down. Technically this would be the appropriate one. But yeah, so she is added, and also comes with a Summer Sashi NP upgrade. We got an NP rank up. As I already have an NP2 Summer Musashi. I'll take it. It gives you your usual damage multiplier up, and now she has straight up bonus damage versus sabers, which scales with overcharge. All saber bosses fear. Because it starts at 200% extra damage.
Oof.
It's basically like a free NP level. And it scales with overcharge, so yeah. Damn. Honestly, like, on the one hand, in actual factual, I think mechanical numbers completely unnecessary, but in terms of, like, the fan base getting tunneled in on certain units, I do think that, like, after Summer Ibuki, Summer Musashi kind of flew out of everybody's heads. This is definitely, like, yeah, no, she was already still good, but this is definitely, like, ratcheting back in everybody's expectations. So yeah, no, plenty of premium farming opportunities ahead. Will there be a third banner? Probably not. Don't think so.
No. We're getting close to that Valentine's time.
No. You never know. We might see somebody special at Valentine's as the SSR. They do like to do these bounce around. But also, gonna be honest with you, it sounds like part of the reason why they started the year with the Samurai Remnant collab is that it has some, like, actual story overtones. I don't know if we're gonna go full, like, main interlude or anything, but, like, it seems related to shit we got going on in the literal current plot of FGO, Ordeal Call stuff, so I would keep an eye out for future Ordeal Call banners. Or, like, the reverse. Like, remember how we got Saber Medusa as an Ordeal Call servant, and then she showed up in a event, like, later? Stuff happens. Keep your eyes out.
Right now, I think my predictions right now is probably getting Tamamo Arya for Valentine's, and maybe Lord Yoshinaka for a white day. I think that'd be good.
Yoshinaka would, I think, be a good pick for a CBC, a white day event. That would make perfect sense.
Yeah, I think it fits both their characters quite well.
Yeah, and I don't really. Let me know if I'm, like, forgetting somebody or something, chat. But obviously, SSRs for Valentine's can come out of nowhere. It is a thing that can happen, but a decent chunk of the time they are, big characters who were on Block 4. Do we have any other major, like, female NPCs who are not yet full servants?
Major female NPCs who are not servants.
Are there some, like, Lost Belt 7 characters I don't know about? Aphrodite could. That would be another big pull. We could. That is hypothetically up an option. Also, actually Galatea's 100 Tower event is in the rerun poll, right? That would be the right time frame, or is it before? It might be before that. I do not think they would do Demeter for Valentine's. If they're gonna do that, they would definitely do Aphrodite, unless they did, like, a wombo combo. But yeah, I don't. The Greek gods, I guess, are floating out there, but God knows if that'll ever come around.
We could always pull out more of the Sakura 5.
It's true. I don't think we'll see a Toko or Alko yet.
I want them, though.
I mean, yes, but probably not for Valentine's Day. Depending on when UFO Table's getting ready to rock with Mahoyo, that could be our Golden Week collab this year.
Yeah, like I said, we already got previews of stuff, and it's looking goo.
Yeah, so, like, it's definitely some wild possibilities. But keep your eyes peeled. We should have another JP Satellite stream in the next couple of weeks, I think. I think there's one in the first week of February. Also, the 30th of January is that, Fate Stay Night 20 years stream they're going to do. So obviously, there's no guarantee that there'll be anything directly related in FGO, or if there is, it might just be like, a regular Saber raid up or something. But keep your eyes peeled for just general Fate news. But also, I mentioned it earlier, but we are still on track for our Chaldea Broadcasting station in NA for the Valentine's event for the 31st. And we're kicking this off with the announcement of the Valentine's 2024 pre-release campaign. Starts the 28th, so in a couple of days. Ends the 14th, which is a Wednesday. Based on that assumption, I'm going to guess that we're probably not going to get Valentine's announced right away on the 31st. It could be as late as the 7th, but I would guess probably, let's see, starts the 28th, might be as early as the 4th, like that weekend. But yeah, definitely we're working up to it. So what you're going to get if you do the pre-release campaign, log in for 7 days to get St. Quartzes and apples. There will be limited time master missions of various levels for EXPs, foes, teapots, and so on. I believe the very first one will also come with a Bond Grail. You'll be getting double suck, half AP interludes, and rank ups for related servants. I will grab that list right now, but I will also let you know that if you forget it for some reason, it'll be the non-new servants in the bonus servant list we've got upcoming, basically. So I'll pull up the list for people who get double suck, half AP interludes, and rank ups. But also, you're going to get a shotgun spread of real quick banners. Each of these is, I think, going to be like 3 days long. But you're going to get a few banners for, all your faves. So you're looking at limited time banners for Nero Bride, MHXA, Semiramis, Murasaki, and Sei, plus their years associated CEs. Hey, guess what? It's everybody but Karen in the rerun block. And I think that's because Karen gets a banner like at a week or two into the new Valentine's. She'll get a rerun banner. But yeah. So if you've missed out on any of your special, bonus CEs, you can get them. And there'll be some raid-ups for some limited SSRs to go with it. Also, your half AP costs is going to be for Bride, Seishonagon, Medusa Lancer, Jaguar Man, Murasaki Shikabu, Semiramis, MHXA, Karen is on this list, and Estrella. So all of their interludes and rank ups, if they have them, are going to be half AP, and they've got a double sub chance.
Woo.
Get ready for that new event. And yeah, like I said, with this running for, over 2 weeks, I'm not exactly sure about what the window is for when the Valentine's will start, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna start right away on the 31st, because that'll only be like 3 days into the pre-release. But we are in, the front half of the year, which means we need to find a month worth of free time to move everything up for anniversary for us. But yeah, that'll be the news. If you want to learn more about Valentine's 2024, stay tuned for after the mail break.
All right, then. With that, it is time for this week's Let's Talk FGO mailbag, the segment where we read what you have to say and comment accordingly as I adjust my mic secretly. Let's do a quick refresh. Are you about to say something, Omega?
No, I was just drinking my water and going,
that sigh of satisfaction. But what we have, 8 lovely submissions here. Let me double check to make sure YouTube ain't lying to me. YouTube is not lying to me today. It can be trusted for another day. And let's get started right now. Our first one comes from Monster Girl Aficionado, currently buried somewhere in Bosnia. I know I say this a lot, but I don't understand people. I really don't. Not for liking Bosnia or stuff, just what people views on things are. Let's see, how much factory time do we have? How big is our back half?
I mean, we got a pregame, but that's about it.
That's about it.
We have only been going for 20 minutes, so feel free to go off.
Are we doing Fan Saver Friday this week?
It should be, but if we go over, I can always push it. But yes, it is technically that week. It is the last show of the month.
Okay. So, like I said, I am lucky. I am filthy casual Final Fantasy XIV enjoyer. I am caught up on content. I don't necessarily do current end or top tier raids, but I usually can, do a respectable amount in my own spaces. Like I said, I am not someone who has to run savages, all day, every day, and ultimates so I can feel alive. But I can enjoy doing harder level content.
You've pulled the FC into doing some savages before, and I think we're maybe not literally right now, but we're looking to maybe book some more time sometime when we got a lot of people in.
Yeah, when we get a full, like, when I'm not running with randos, I like doing, Savage and Ultimate level content. And Extremes, I should say. I like doing that. But because we have been in the Endwalkers post game for a couple years now, Dawn Trail's coming out this summer, and we finally got through what we consider like all our contents, I can't help but just noticing how everyone wants to bitch about how they think that this post content hasn't been the greatest. And this confuses me. I'm not going to say they're wrong, because I don't know that I'm right. Because, again, this is just a matter of my own interpretation and, experiences with the game. But people have been, were upset that we didn't have something like Bozja or Eureka in Endwalker, something that they consider, something to be fun and unique. And I look at those people, I'm like, what are you talking about? Bozja and Eureka are neither fun nor unique. Because with the slight addition of some buffs that you can get that make you do damage a little bit better, doing Bozja and Eureka is just doing the same content, just doing the same content and the same content. You run around a field fighting not fates to get drops that you might be able to sell into your relic weapons. That's it. That's all that is. They might have stories involved with them, but I guarantee you they are just the same stories you've been playing the entire time. And for some odd reason, people want more of that? And they complain about the relic weapons being super basic get. I'm like, guys, to get relic weapons in, you just had to do dungeons and or fates a repetitive amount of times to begin with. All these relic weapons are doing are just cutting out the middleman. You don't have to get the super specific item, you just got to get a generic item that you'd be getting anyway. So I'm just like, what are you upset about?
Yeah, to play devil's advocate, as far as I have heard from people who are actually missing that content from Endwalker specifically, the grindy part of Bozja is what they wanted, not necessarily about difficulty, but a lot of people I've heard who are pro field ops, basically is what they're called, is they want something they could do by themselves or with a relatively small number of people, and just kind of go in head down, have something to do with their time in 14. And I don't know. I agree with you about the relic grind. I'm pretty sure it's on stream footage. When I unlocked the quest line you can do for AAR relics, I was like, oh hey, neat. Are those worth doing? There's 7 people in the VC with me. They're all like, no, don't do that. No, that's save that for when you have literally nothing better to do. So I'm not gonna say that it's not already, a good thing to simplify it, but I guess the general vibe that I got from people is they feel like it's not as unique because they're just grinding tombstone gear basically for relics, as opposed to, doing a specific item, a specific questline that gets you relics. And if you feel it's less special, that, that's your opinion, that's subjective. I don't really see a difference, and I haven't even done either kind of relic grinding, but if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, And I wonder if it's because you could do field ops solo. Is that what people are hurting about? Because technically,
I don't know. That's what I liked about the variant dungeons, though. I can do a variant dungeon with 1 to 4 people, and there's the Savage versions. Yet people are saying that's not enough. It's once you do this is the thing. One of the problems that I have with people in general. I had to do variant dungeons with a fucking guide because I wouldn't know how to unlock everything otherwise. But I'm pretty sure people just do it with the vibe. Would do it with a guide and then go, that was way too fucking easy. I want something harder, and then complain about it when they couldn't fucking solve it in the first place on their own. I'm just
yeah, I don't know. Because from what I hear, the specifically the Criterion dungeons, which are part of the VNC package, are actually really hard.
Yeah.
There's a challenge there. I guess the question that I heard from people is that there's a question of if the challenge is worth it, because the rewards you get out of doing the Criterion are not necessarily better than just doing the latest raid series for gear anyway.
I didn't consider that. That could be true.
Yeah, that's okay, that's kind of you can, bust your balls to do this hard mechanic, but you don't necessarily get anything neat or new out of it. Sure, but if you're
fair.
If you're just there for the challenge, though, obviously, it still exists.
So, again, I feel like a lot of people are giving a lot of shit to the Endwalker post content, and they're just being very salty that they can't spend hours in this game that is literally designed for you to just pick it up and put down whenever you want.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people seem to take that as like a personal challenge that like Yoshi P said that that's fine, you know, and people are like, how dare you tell me I can stop playing this game that I love? And it's like, but that's the point. You can stop playing this game that you love. You can just chill.
I don't know. Sorry to get into this thing about BAZETT, but like I usually read like a few like gaming news articles while I'm lying in bed, and just one that's always popping up in my feed is like Final Fantasy XIV Watcher in Japan fails to meet expectations. I'm like, what are these expectations?
I mean, it certainly has, you know, the best Metacritic score of an expansion.
Like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't understand people. I don't want to say people are wrong because I can only speak from my own experiences and wisdom. And like I said, I am a filthy casual FF14 player. I usually do main content, then I go run around my island sanctuary for hours, doing nothing, just hanging out with the animals, trying to figure out the best place to put this fucking Leviathan fountain.
How many spouts does the fountain have?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh wow, we're getting very advanced.
8? And then you can activate the fountain, and the spouts go whoosh.
It's a really
super fancy fountain. I love this thing. It has a bench. You can sit at it. This is the best fountain.
It really is really good fountain. Nice. Damn.
So, again, I don't know. We're only on the first question, but I wanted to segue on that because I feel like I need to air some gripes every once in a while.
It's fair. And it's like, I think so far from what I've seen of just what people are talking about, I share yours and a lot of the other in the free company's opinions about that. But also, that's, of course I'm gonna. I was introduced to Final Fantasy XIV and have been playing it alongside you and the rest of the guys in the FC, so naturally we're gonna end up with similar opinions from how to play because, like, I'm fucking, you know, learning from you guys and a little bit of supplementing my own knowledge.
Yeah, we're kind of casual here. We would like to be casual plus, where we can tackle Ultimates and Savage content, but we're not going to be like, all right, every Saturday at fucking 5 p.m., we're going to be here. Be square. Make sure everyone has their fucking bus. Did you miss a button on your rotation? Get the fuck out of here.
I'd never get invited to anything.
Oh, no, trust me. I played in some fucking pug groups that were like that.
Ugh.
Like, ooh.
I mean, on the one hand, yes, I get if you're just grabbing randos and you want to, like, progress, you need to be a little bit hard-ass, but, like, damn, it's just, you're not gonna cultivate that level of skill if you're just like, you fucked up your rotation, perish. I saw a very good video that I enjoyed watching that was, talking about different different tanks from healer's perspective, because, you know, I've seen this as a healer. Sometimes you get a tank who's just gonna be like, popping Living Dead, and... well, yes, I play Dark Knight. I've, you know, picked it up and put it down before. I'm not necessarily going to remember what that means, you know? And it was just a good video that was, like, talking about, like, how different tanks are different and, you know, how their invols work and what you should do about it. For instance, if your paladin's going to pop Hallowed Ground, you don't need to worry about the damage they're taking before they pop it, and you got, like, 10 seconds to fix them, because they're invincible. If you have a Gunbreaker who pops Superbolide, they're also invincible for like 10 seconds, but their HP is now 1, so you're going to want to take care of that inside that 10 seconds.
Listen, this is why I always tell healers, if you let my health get too low, I don't care if you're about to use Benediction, I'm going to use Superbolide because I don't know that.
Yeah, that's basically what the discussion boils down to, is feel like tanks and healers should feel free to communicate back and forth, and like, if you're a healer, don't be upset that like the paladin hit himself with the clemency, right? It's probably because you're playing a little fast and loose, and his HP's getting a little low, and you might not be used to that.
God, I've had multiple heroes get mad at me, and I'm like I've gotten into like so many fights, and just like, why did you use Superbolide? I used Benediction on you. It's all like, yeah, but that's because I had 2k health left.
I've been getting a little daring in my you know, I've been playing this game for over a year. We're coming up on almost, you know, a year of me having a paid membership. I've been doing some normal raids as Tank Q, getting some Dark Knight out there. God, I don't remember which Alexander fight it is. It's the guy in the Four Corners of Lava.
Oh, yeah. Refurbisher.
Yes. We wiped a couple times to one mechanic, but I ended up kind of, like, main tanking that by accident. I had to use Living Dead a couple of times. That guy hits pretty hard.
Yeah. It's like, if you let me get down to low health, yes, I'm gonna do the thing. Yes, I will use my fucking cooldowns. No, you, are fucking blind if you do not see me using them. If I'm not using them, that's because they're all on fucking cooldown because you're letting me take a lot of damage so you can cast, checks, notes, stone, bitch.
And yes, that is definitely, like, that was part of this advice for healers healing tanks, was like, hey, pay attention to which cooldowns they're using and what order they're using them in, and, like, figure out, your optimal times. If they've just used a long cooldown, that means that you're probably going to need to give them some heals when they're running out of gas.
Yeah, no, like me, like, I'm constantly, like, for Gunbreaker, I'm constantly popping Reprisal and Hearts of Stone/Conundrum because they have really low ones, and I try to save my big ones for, like, tank busters and stuff, but
yeah, Heart of Corundum is fucking sick, because if you go below 50, you heal.
No, I love it. It only has a 15-second cooldown. It is the best. There is no reason to pop it. Literally no reason not to pop it. But, like, I like, if you want to get on me on how I play, like, Warrior, fucking Paladin, or Dark Knight, sure, go on. I'm not fucking familiar with those at all. Like, but I know Gunbreaker. Gunbreaker is my tanking class. It's like, oh god, there are some entitled people in 14. I don't get it. But I love this game.
With Paladin, the general vibe seems to be: are you a high enough level to use Holy Sheltron? Start all fights with Holy Sheltron. And if you want to get really spicy, if you're at a high level, you also pop Rescue Escort, so you can do your AoE magic instantly, which heals you when you do it. But that's all at high level shit.
Mm-hmm. All right, but we haven't even got to the first question. I just turned this into the 14 talk. I'm sorry. But this person says, Dear Lucky Omega, no question this week. Just sending good vibes. Wah, 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 wah.
Well, thank you for your vibes. Well. We turned this into a question.
Yeah. Keep up the great work. You guys want to hear a secret that embarrasses me greatly? I'm going to tell you guys anyway, just because I think you deserve it after that. Two of our FC members, Ark and Chris, very supportive people, very good and kind. I am horrible at telling their voices apart. Anytime I'm like, hey guys, who wants to go with me? And both of them speak up, I'm just like, shit, which one was which? Guys, I'm sorry. I love you both, but fuck. I'm horrible with voices.
That's why I usually double check with everybody. Because there's also the power of Discord delay. There'll be times when I'm like doing shit on stream. Hey, by the way, we stream, I stream my perspective, I should say, Final Fantasy XIV every week, Wednesdays. Shit, let a fish get away. You can tune in on our channel on Wednesday, where we're doing post content for Shadowbringers right now. So whenever a trial or a duty or a raid, whatever comes up, we're in the VC and I'm like, who wants to come? Usually, I either get like stone cold silence for a couple beats because nobody wants to speak over each other, or I'll get like 4 people chime in at the same time,
All right, let's move on to the next one then. This next one comes from Master Holding from Rolling for Triple Summer SSR plus Banner. Oh, okay. Oh, this person is fancy. They used a semicolon. But let me reread this because this threw me off. Alias, Master Holding from Rolling for Triple Summer SSR plus Anniversary. Semicolon! With Valentine's event coming up, what is your projection for rolling until summer? I have a lot of impulse rolls last year, so as a New Year's resolution, I will try to limit my rolls this year, but the single makes the anniversary banners quite tough. P.S. I wish all the luck and sending good vibes. Wah, 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 wah. Lucky's rolling goals is to not roll until fucking Ibuki comes. That's what it is. That's what I'm gonna try and stick to. I'm sorry, Charlie. I am sorry, Small Moriarty. I am sorry, whoever else is in there, but I have exactly one goal this summer, and that's Summer Ibuki.
Well, and you've also had currently a budgeting restriction has occurred.
Yes. Please give Lucky money. I will serve you forever. Oh, let's see.
Sorry, I just see Robin having an existential crisis. Yes, no. Traum which has Charlemagne and Ruler Moriarty is this year. Perish.
Robin's gonna go break a glass emergency. Hit the panic button. So, whoops, that was the wrong click me. All right. This next one comes from the Tyrant King, who may have just lost a bit of sanity, hatching over 800 Charmanders for a shiny. God, Pokemon people are just another breed. I swear to fucking God.
This is why I straight up don't fuck with shiny shit. I'm just like, nah, man. It's too much.
Why? Why do you want the shiny so much? Can someone explain that to me?
I mean, to be fair.
Is it just because it's shiny?
Yes. It's because it's fucking rad. Like, shiny Charizard is like the black version. It's like, shinies are neato. But also, the fucking the hard shiny hunting on eggs. I have seen streamers do that. I am not built for that shit.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like, unfortunately, Lucky is not a person who can go 100% on anything. I'm that kind of person who'll get to like 80, 85% and be like, all right, cool, I'm there. I'm done. Because usually, getting that extra, like 5 to 15% to reach 100 takes more effort than getting to like the 80% in the fucking first place. And I'm just like, nah, man, I can be more efficient about that. I don't know if it's the fucking same energy as Tombstone on like relic stuff, because if I like sat down and like, passively worked at it, like I could probably knock out a relic weapon, fairly easy.
I
like,
assume the number of eggs is just like, that's how many times it took you to fucking reroll the chances, right? Because it's percentage based. That's grinding against chance is different to me than just grinding to grind, right?
Yeah, like, if I wanted to, like, grind for relic weapons, I would just hit a level 90 class, do my dailies, and just look at my number and be like, alright, I just gotta do this a couple more days.
Like, it's like hunting for CE drops in FGO, right? So, you're... That where, like, it's nice if you get it. I'm not going out of my way to grind for that 5th CE, because
Speaking of which, what is my Tombstone level? I only got 570. I probably should start doing level 90 dailies. Paladin might have to go on the back burner for a bit. Yeah, I mean, more power to you. It's like, but again, it's one of those things of all like, I don't understand it. But this person actually has a question. I've just been talking, like, making faffing about people's fucking aliases here. What is with you, Lucky? Alright. Let's see here. Question. Hey guys, was randomly thinking about the Free Willy movies and thought about the outcome of movie 3 was just bad for the kid and the ending showed them all happy. So my question is, are there any movies that you watched as a kid and think back to them as an adult and thought it wasn't as happy as go-lucky as you thought? Anyway, that's it for me. Sending good vibes your way. Wah, 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 wah. And hope you have a great ending. P.S. Free Willy 3 was the one where there was a dad with a whaling ship. I don't remember. Fuck, man.
God, I feel certain that I must have watched Free Willy 3. I don't fucking remember it. I
remember Free Willy and Free Willy... Nope, I only remember Free Willy 1. I was about to say 2. That was a lie.
And the only part of Free Willy the first one I remember is the fucking scene with the, the orca jumps and the kid goes, yeah! Other than that, no fucking clue.
I'm sorry, I don't remember my childhood movies that well. I really don't. Like... No, I'm trying to think. But like a lot of the movies that I liked as a kid were like the animated films, like fucking Cats Don't Dance, the Iron Giant. God, Iron Giant's so good. It kills me to this day to think about this, but the Iron Giant, I do believe, is Vin Diesel's second theatrical performance as the Iron Giant. That's wild to think about. God, I should watch Cats Don't Dance again. I don't care what anyone says. Cats Don't Dance is a great movie. Fuck you.
God, it's been so fucking long since I saw it. I wouldn't even remember.
American Tail, Five Goes West.
That may have been a slightly unnecessary sequel, the American Tail versus Five Goes West,
but Goes West was so well animated, though.
Yeah, the problem with that is that Goes West is the one everybody remembers. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Like, if you remember something from Fightful, it's probably from Goes West. I don't know why that is, but...
American Tail was alright, but boy howdy, that was one of those movies I didn't understand as a kid.
Yeah. I'm fucking trying to remember. Actually, this is a funny one that might count as just thinking about it now is really weird. So, I only watched, like, the regular animated... Don't tell me there were 4 American Tail movies. I don't fucking recall. I remember I did see the original animated version of Rats of Nim, which is slightly different from the book, which I'm pretty sure I've read the book as well at some point. I was a huge nerd, read a lot of books. And this is in my brain because Everybody Drink, there was an OSP trope talk about basically, a mouse in the big world kind of like settings, of which is a pretty recurring theme. But I think I saw the animated only sequel movie about Miss Brisby's kids more times because it was like on TV or I had it recorded on a VHS or something. There's by the way a blast from your past, kids. Once upon a time, when you actually paid for cable, you could do this thing where you just watch something and you just record it on your home VCR so you could watch it again whenever. I know, wild. But that's definitely thinking about it now, literally me thinking of this question right this second, I'm like, actually, that's weird. Like, because isn't the conclusion of the original Rats of Nim that they find the safe place away from humans to live with their super advanced rat society? Did there need to be a sequel? Was there conflict there? I don't fucking remember.
Another one that Another movie of my childhood, The Rescuers Down Under. Another one where we're doing a really weird fucking scene change.
Both the Rescuers movies are fucking gold, though. Down Under is beautiful.
It is
a great piece of animation. Also, that because I heard of this as in a comment about a Kingdom Hearts Let's Play, but also it's one of those things where I'm like, man, I'm so sad we never got Rescuers content in Kingdom Hearts. Wouldn't that be fun to run into Bianca and the boys just chilling as mice, just hang out?
Would Sora be mouse, or would we be normal sized and they just hang out with us?
I think we'd be normal sized, and it would be like a 100 Dalmatians type side quest. You got to like find them doing mouse spy shit in every world. That'd be great. That'd be a cute little thing. Anyway, God knows what's gonna happen in Kingdom Hearts 4. God, yeah, I watched The Rescuers, and I think it was also The Rescuers Down Under way more. Was that another thing that was just on TV? More?
God, I just remember that fucking kid going missing. His mom just going, Cody! Just yelling it.
Yeah.
It's like, Mom, you should be a little bit more concerned about your son going missing in the Australian outback. I'm just gonna be real with you.
It's okay, he was saved by magical golden eagles.
I wonder... Maybe I should watch that again with an adult size to actually see if, like, I missed some shit.
For original Rescuers, you definitely probably missed some shit. That movie is, like, a little freakier than people might think. That's the one with the little southern orphan girl and her, like, I don't even know if she's related, but there's a scary lady who, like, fucking adopts her. She, like, threatens the child and her slimy little henchman with a fucking magazine-fed rifle at some point. Also, there's fucking gators in the bayou.
Gators in the bayou.
Oh, I got one of them gators.
Oh, if the gators get you, then you're gone. I was just thinking about that scene, thank you. Fucking skiing on fucking gators.
Fucking the gator jet ski. That's another one that's probably an unnecessary sequel. Why were there 2 All Dogs Go to Heaven movies? They went to heaven, right? Isn't that what happened? Do I not remember how the first one ended? This is the part where Omega finds out he's never actually watched the first one somehow. Once again,
I have. It's a trip. Thank you, Don Bluth, but goddamn, you have some drugs on the brain.
Bluth was doing some interesting things. My like weird Don Bluth movie I always remember was fucking Rockadoodle.
Rockadoodle and Fern Gully, baby.
Yeah. Chanticleer the Singing Rooster. That one is so fucking weird. That I can remember like snippets and panels from because it was just so strange. It had the fucking live action kid in it for a little bit, and then it gets swallowed up by the darkness, and there's a cockadoodle to bring the dawn. It's so weird. The rooster is dressed as Elvis for some reason for a little bit later.
Oh, I remember Titan AE as well.
That was I will go to bat for Titan AE. I know the movie was weird, but it had for the year 2000, I think exactly, had a great licensed soundtrack.
Yes, it did.
And also was like doing a lot of really interesting things with, the animation design at the time. It was good. Planet Bob.
Oh my god, fucking Matt Damon was Kale Tucker. Ah! Oh my god.
No. Yeah. Oh, god. No, they got the full celebrity voice cast.
And Drew Barrymore was fucking Akima Kunimoto. Why?
Listen, that I think is definitely one of the differences. Like,
Ron Perlman was fucking Kale's father. Jesus. I'm just looking at this.
That guy didn't have any hardly lines. So that makes sense that you don't catch it. But like, nah, that was what I was gonna say. Like, sometimes it was super inappropriate. Like, I don't remember what actress they cast for Anastasia in the Anastasia animated movie. Is it Meg Ryan? I don't remember. Christopher Lloyd as Rasputin was not a bad call. Perfect cast. Thumbs up.
No, that was good.
No notes. He did great. But like Don Bluth went for like celebrity actors, whereas at the time Disney went for professional voice actors and like theater singers. They had a couple, they got like, well, Jeremy Irons was also in theater. I don't think he could sing, but he had the theatrical vibes for ska. I shall have to practice my curtsy. But back in the day, Disney was not all about celebrity cameos. Like, them getting Robin Williams as the genie was like revolutionary.
There's actually a bit of a story about that, but I can't remember it.
So, yes, there's a couple of weird things about that, actually. Robin agreed to do it after seeing the animators, basically the animators, the guys making the film, the animators, writers, and director, wanted Robin Williams for the genie, because they'd seen some of his comedy and thought he'd be a perfect fit. Robin wasn't sure about doing it, right? But
Mhm.
they basically what they did was they took some of his stand-up on tape and they basically animated over it as Genie doing the bits, right?
Mhm.
And they showed it to him, and he was like, "This is cool. I'll do it. If you don't use me in any of the marketing or anything." And Disney went, "Yeah, sure, okay." And then the movie finishes, they're wrapped up, and they're like, "Oh my god, the Genie is the greatest part of this movie. We're going to put him everywhere in the marketing."
Oh no.
And so this is why you got Dan Castellaneta as the Genie for some follow-up productions like Return of Jafar and the TV show and shit. It's because Robin was very upset at Disney and did not want to talk to them for many years. I think he only came back to do the third Aladdin, Prince of Thieves, because the head of Disney's animation department at the time was Jeffrey Katzenberg, who left to go found DreamWorks SKG, because he was not happy with where Disney was at. And because he left, Robin was like, "Okay, Disney, I'll talk to you." Also, I think they handed him a fuck ton of money.
But probably did.
They were like, "Robin, we're very sorry. Here's this truck full of cash. We would like to apologize." Ron Williams has some jokes about Katzenberg and some of his stand-up after that. I've heard the line, Jeffrey Katzenbug. That may also be about ants versus a bug's life. Katzenberg is also, by the way, like, legendarily a super petty guy. He's responsible for them, for DreamWorks doing Ants, like, 6 months before A Bug's Life came out. What were some of the other projects he scooped? There was a couple of others. It's out there.
I like A Bug's Life, but I also do like Ants. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, artistically wise, I think A Bug's Life is better because it had that classic Pixar heart. Ants was not. I mean, I'm pretty sure the animation looks like shit these days because it was a fucking early 2000s 3D movie. But Ants was trying for like a different level of comedy. It's like the difference between like what Shrek was going for, right? Like,
yeah, it's more of an adult humor kind
we've
of thing.
memed Shrek to shit, but like the original Shrek is actually like a very original, comedy, like doing things that animated movies weren't doing. It was something that was funny to parents and to kids.
Oh yeah, shout and Titan AE because that's what I had to double check this because I always associate it. But when I was in my youth, I used to be a really big fan of Creed, and I was always like, "Where did I get it?" It's like, oh yeah, I always associate Creed's higher with Titan AE, and that's because they used that song in a lot of the promotional trailers. Where I was like, "Oh, that's why." It's not actually in the fucking soundtrack; it was just theatrical. I wanted to get that out before I forgot about it, though.
Chat, let me know your favorite childhood movies that maybe didn't need sequels.
The fucking Shrek karaoke at the end is amazing.
Yeah.
But let's move on. The next one comes from Sick in the Head because that's where my sinuses are. Oof.
Mood, brother.
But they say, just curious, what are your highest bond servants? Have a good weekend and thank you for your time. No, thank you for taking the time to write that in. I appreciate it. Right now, I think my highest is my Bond 13 Tamamo. I wish it was higher, but unfortunately, sometimes you just don't need. Sometimes I don't just. I feel like I should be shoving her anyway, but I'm trying to get everyone else up to like Bond 10.
Yep.
Like I was super grateful for. Excuse me.
Luckily, we do have more teapots coming.
Yeah, I'm super thankful for Tunguska to let me get my comma to Bond 10, but that after that, it's like, all right, comma, you go to the side, and then, slot in the fucking, summer comma. And now I'm trying, I also got fucking Abuki to get to 10, hecking Vargas to get to 10. Ugh.
Luckily, you should have some opportunities for some extra Bond farming in Valentines.
That's what I'm hoping for. How about you? What's your highest? Actually,
stop filtering and sort by Bond just to double check.
Actually, I'm in mid fucking fight here. I might not be able to. I will try though.
Okay, so funnily enough, my highest servant is Bond 11 out of 11 Arash. Probably should feed him another Bond Grail. I still like to use Arash for farming.
No.
But I have a row of 10s, which is Mordred, who is 10 out of 11 technically. Still working on that one. Waver, Fran, Lancelot, Berserker, Jean, who was my first SSR, so it's natural for her. And then my handful of 9s is Ryder Medusa, Castoria, Summer Musashi, and Jolter. My Ishtar is actually not Bond 9 yet. She's still only 8. Maybe we can work on that during the Valentines.
Let me get through this battle real quick, and I will try and... I probably shouldn't have done that, me. I will see about getting you a list here. Actually, no, I don't care about much. I'll just quit this. not like it's just a one battle, and I came actually sort of prepared. So let me withdraw, and then let's see here. So we hit menu, we go to formation, spirit origin list, bond level. Okay, so I was right. My Tamamo is bond 13. My Tama Cat is bond 12. And then at 10, I have Tama Lancer, Blackbeard, Castoria, Waver, Kama, Summer Musashi, Raiko, Chacha, Kiyohime, Bunyan. And at 9, I got Vlad and Fran. Fran, when did you get to 9?
Well, she is one of them quick farmers.
Yeah, if you can tell, I use a lot of AoE Berserk and Blackbeard.
Well, he's a budget AoE writer.
He's my bro. Oh, that's right. I also have to both Coin Skies to get the bond 10 too. Jesus fucking Christ. Ugh. I know we got teapots, but man, I really do wish that there was just a dedicated bond farming location. Not the one that just gives the most bond out of everything. I just mean one where you go deep in the bonds with your servants. Something you can do that is specifically for bond farming.
That might come up in that question later.
Oh, really?
But that would be interesting to just get a place where, like, instead of, like, QP, you just got extra bond point drops. That wouldn't be terrible.
A sauna node. That'd be hilarious. It's like it uses the hot spring map from Enmante.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. I love that. I would love that. I would love that to death. Loth is playing Skyrim. I bet it's gonna break on him.
It do be like that.
So let's keep going forward. This one comes from the elephant in the room. That's a lot of room I don't have all of a sudden. But they say, "Hi, Lucky Omega. I hope you have a good weekend. My question is, what do you think of the current state of the game, and what improvements would you like to add to it? Thank you." No, thank you. Well, as was just stated, I definitely would like to have some sort of bond farming mechanic. Like I said, just add it to the dailies, put it in the sauna room, and, just 5 levels of slap people for bond. Other things that I would like, a way to farm pure prisms, or at least convert materials into pure prisms, so that I may convert them into other materials. Some sort of system a better system for getting maybe the limited CEs that we might have missed before. I know that kind of maybe fucks with the stuff, but there's even though we are having the evocation festivals and whatnot, so we can get old welfares, there are just some CEs that people will just not ever be able to get again. Do you know how many fucking special anniversary CEs that I will never own? If not for the fucking limited event CEs, give me a way to gather all the anniversary CEs, all the locations and the dresses and stuff.
Yeah, that's another one. I get that you're supposed to pick your favorite, but guys,
I have more than 2 favorites.
So cool.
I am non-monogamous. Listen, their Kama CEs are great. The Carmilla CEs are always great. Give me the Shootin CEs. Give me them all.
Yeah, that's
animals.
I say that. That's the problem. The problem is that the artists for these CEs are always cooking, and some of them are too good.
They're too good.
Yeah, in general, I think state of the game. Obviously, we're still 2 years behind, so I don't really know how some of the brand new stuff like Bleach Earth Quest and whatnot, the class score, how that plays out just yet.
Gesundheit. Excuse me. Thank you.
So I don't know how that vibes just yet, but I do think generally the issues are mostly in the game's internal economics. It feels like we introduce a lot of currencies, USOs, pure prisms, etc., that are okay, but we don't always go back with a way to get you there, and waiting on new story drops to get more pure prisms is annoying. I'd love a way to do something with mats I've got too many of, and burn them for pure prisms might be a good way to do that. And I'll mirror what a lot of the people in the chat are probably going to say, and a lot of the comment leavers is, I feel like we need a slight improvement to coins. Not a lot. I like what you could do with coins, but having to roll minimum NP6 on an SSR to get enough coins to do everything, it's a little much. It's a little too much, especially because that last SSR copy don't do enough.
They don't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't. It gives you a USO and 5 rare prisms. That's it. So whether that's much like how you can only mint 2 grails per month. What if there was a monthly exchange where you could get blank coins somehow, whether that's, spending QP or MP or whatever, right? But if you could get, like, X number of blank coins and, like, once a month you could get enough coins if you were doing, like, daily grinds and stuff to pay for that NP 6th level, I think that would be fine. That's an improvement I would like to see, I think. Otherwise, I'm mostly good with what FGO does right now. So, Chad, I hope you haven't been hearing me level up Fisher in the background. I'm still Fisher. This is gonna be my new thing when we record Let's Talk FGO. I'm gonna log into 14 and fucking fish. Next, I have to unlock and level up Culinarian so I can break down the fish I capture.
So, let's move on. Next one comes from Agent 418, who says, "Hello, Lucky and Omega. Have a good weekend, y'all." Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope I am going to have a very good weekend. I am very excited for the Sunday's single-player war campaign. It has become the highlight of my week. There's just something very liberating about playing a callous fucking, villain. Claymore is not a very good man. There's something nice about being able to just be like, fuck it. Violence. Very cathartic. Very cathartic indeed.
These violent delights have violent ends.
Mm-hmm. For others.
Yes, I did just make a Westworld reference in the year 2024.
So we'll move on.
The good season.
I haven't watched Westworld, so I couldn't tell you.
The first season was pretty good. I heard it fell off.
As most things do. So, that is the wrong tabby. There we go. So, this next one comes from Wandering Swordmaster. This one, and they say, with it almost being February and therefore another return of Valentine's event, my question is simply, what Valentine's servant or return gift, or both, if you have ones, do you look forward to getting? I can't speak today. Do you look most forward to getting for this year? Maybe that was just a little awkward. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a clunky sentence. I don't know if it's grammatically incorrect, but had some extra vibes. P.S. While the advanced quests are actually slightly tougher than I thought it would be, but thanks to the effort of my non-optimal team, a 120 Aresh, Coin of Light, Oberon, Morgan, and Match, I was able to squeak by first try. Well, congratulations. Speaking of Valentine's that I'm excited for, of course, I got 3 off the top of my head. It's Summer Comet and both my Koyans. I will not be surprised if Coin Sky of Dark is just literally a fucking collar. Summers are always fun.
Kind of wish it might be.
It might be. I don't remember. I'll say vibing with the LB6 crew. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, nah. All of them. It's gonna be good. Oh man, I bet Morgan's gonna do something silly.
I'm trying to remember. Does she build us a giant fake Camelot out of?
Oh, I think she does.
I think that's.
But I think it's like super fucking cute though.
Yeah. Yes, there'll be many a fine sport. Also, hey, by the way, pro tip: this isn't in my pregame, but reminder: if somehow you've rolled him and haven't completed it, you cannot get Oberon's return gift, his Valentine's present, unless you've cleared the Lost Belt. You need to have access to his, super secret final ascension to do it.
Oh, do I? I still haven't done that actually. I probably should.
Yes, I don't know if you for sure need to do the quest, but you need to at least have unlocked the quest. It involves true name shenanigans.
Shenaniganery. Shenanigans and chicanery.
Both are true.
Oops, wrong button, me. Alright, but this final one comes from Dav Dave. Strangely, I've been seeing Fate/Transformers art recently. I don't know why it's been happening. Am I missing something though? No. People are just being fucking weird.
Yeah, if you're missing something, I'm missing something. I don't think I've seen these vibes.
People like smashing things together, alright?
I would not be surprised, though. The way a lot of fan art trends go with, like, weird crossovers like this definitely is, like, maybe there was a weird day where, like, Transformers and Fate lined up. Maybe somebody was, like, walking out and saw, like, a banner for, like, Transformers and Fate products next to each other and was just like, huh, weird. And then shit just takes off, man.
It do be like that. But that's it for the mailbag.
Alright, then we'll switch to Paldea Free Talk.
Woo!
After I finish preparing all of my fishing gear real quick.
The fish. What the fish?
Time to go AFK in Limsa, the pro strat. But the Freebus talk, let me see where we're at recording-wise. We're only an hour 10 in. Hour 11, technically. So yeah, even with all that extra stuff, no real skin off our nose in terms of time, space, whatever. Alright, I'll make sure I'm probably up on the microphone and enunciating as I'm going to do the pre-game. Because let's talk about Valentines 2024, the pregame. Because we're in the pre-release phase, so it's probably time for the pregame, no? But yes, Valentines is back, Karen's causing trouble again, and we've got a time-gated point ladder event, so aim for all 3 million bodyguard points to win out. Yes, it's a 3 million point ladder, but it's only one currency. This year I'm going to start off by saying there is a unique mechanic, which actually goes into that bond farming opportunity I said before. This year in Valentines, we have a system, I do not believe super lock-on chacos are coming back, but instead you've got Buddy Rank, which sounds like a dragon mechanic. Happy Infinite Wealth Day, everybody.
Yeah, no, I've been hearing the greatest things about it. I am excited to eventually get there in like 2 years. Those are games I'm gonna put on my fucking backlog. Yakuza games. I'm writing that shit down. Pencil me in.
Yeah, I've Lost Judgment's on my list, and then I think my order is gonna be Lost Judgment, Like a Dragon, aka Yakuza 7, and then see about 8. Maybe by the time I've completed those 2 games to my satisfaction, 8 will be fucking on PS Plus. It'll be like a year. But anyway, yes, the buddy rank system. Basically, during the event, any servants you use will gain buddy points based on their position in your lineup. The first position, that is the leftmost servant, gets the most, and then it goes down from there. But later positions, your backline do still get rewards. And as they gain buddy points, they level up their buddy rank. This gives you basically special event skills, which give you more damage bonus and more bond. This is separate from the event bonus already included. And I believe this maxes out at, like, EX++ or something at, like, plus 100% damage, plus 100% bond.
Ooh.
So, if you're grinding this event, you are going to have your most used servants are going to max out and be at, like, literally double bond, double damage. Support servants you use have their master's buddy rank. So, this encourages you, the audience at home, if you want to get your supports favorited and have them be good supports for people, even if it's just, extra damage output, make sure to use the servants you are gaining buddy rank with. Also, they will add a feature to sort by buddy rank. Oh, shit, I should do Gaiden as well, that's right. I might not have to do Gaiden, I saw somebody play it, but also it's cool. I might want to be Kiryu and fucking throw guys with spider wire. As we say in the biz, that's rad. But yeah, so you will have a feature to sort high-low by buddy rank as well, so all in all, while I like the super lock-on chacos as a system, because, you will not necessarily be getting old Valentines, because, you don't need to anymore. We haven't done the switch over for, like, voiced or anything. You can still, like, get the bonus for servants you really like by putting them in your front lines a lot. Anyway, to complete this story, you're looking at the usual 7 acts, prologue, and an epilogue. It's a time gate event. It's pretty simple. Completing your main story scenario quests will get you the 3-star CE, 7 Saint Quartzes, a Grail, and another Mash Chocolate CE. She's really churning them out these years. And, again, comparing to, like, advanced quests, the first 3 or so acts of this are baby mode. You're not even hitting 50k HP in the mobs, okay?
Ooh.
Like, super low power levels. Now, the mobs, though, in these main story quests do have a special quality where when you hit them, they will reduce your max HP by 200 permanently, and will remove your gut status, so basically wipe out story fights in fewest number of hits possible. Not that minus 200 max HP should be a big deal, especially for those of you rocking, like, level 120 servants and shit, but it's just a little note to be aware of. Now, Act 4 is going to actually be a serious fight. You're going to be facing an alter ego boss with 183k HP. You have to solo this boss with BAZETT, and cannot use Mystic Codes or Command Seals. That said, in this fight, your damage is doubled, but the boss is debuff immune, so you don't get any funny out there, but, just gotta try and run it back, and you can't hard reset. You cannot brute force it. Act 5, we're back to baby numbers, but the second pip does have some ruler adds you need to keep track of, and there will be a Lancer boss with 36k and 40k HP and 2 break bars. On break bar, they will heal allies for 3k per turn and charge their NP an extra tick per turn, so probably clear your trash ads first, then do the boss. Act 6, you have to fight Super Baby Karen again. You gotta solo her using BAZETT. She's got 112k and 140k HP over 2 bars. Just gotta do her dumb NP draining effect.
It's so dumb.
Luckily, you're gonna be using a support servant who I think is like NP level 2 or 3, but yeah, not happy about that one. Also, yes, by the way, once again, that means you cannot use Mystic Codes or Command Seals. It's a solo fight. The final boss is going to be a Lancer. They've got 278k, 286k, and 335k HP across 3 break bars. Or 2 break bars and a 30 HP bar, however you want to think about that. You have to use story support BAZETT and put her in your front row, but she gets buffs. Also, she's like fucking level 100 NP max and shit. On break bar number 1, the boss is going to get double NP per turn and a 50% chance of evasion for 3 turns. Thankfully not permanent, but bring your sure hits anyway. Or, hey, if it's a story boss who's a Lancer, maybe bring Ibuki or Muramasa and just be like, no, piercing. On breaking their second bar, they get a 5-turn Buster Up and a 20% chance to stun all enemies. That's you. You're the enemy. But it's a 1-turn stun and 20% chance for 5 turns. You can only be stunned once, though. It's like 1 time 5 turns, everybody has a chance to be stunned. So probably not enough to ruin your day, but just watch out for it. Also, the boss may have a single target NP with instant death. Don't think about it too hard. It might be a sure hit as well, so bring your invulns. That said, other than that, finish. Oh, and the epilogue is literally text only, no fight, just get Grail. Free quests are looking normal and monoclass. Speaking of Blast from the Past, if you're a newer FGO player, you might not remember a time when free quest nodes during events were not one class only. And God, are we glad we fixed that. Just because it made it so that using Berserkers or Alter Egos was super important. Now we don't have to deal with that anymore. You can actually play the classes that are supposed to work. They're gonna max out at at most 140k HP. The best node, your 90++ node, or it might just be 90+. Your highest level node is going to be a 133. The first wave is going to have a boss with 200k HP, and the third wave is going to have a boss with 250k HP. They're all casters, though, and you should be looking at Mondo damage bonus from this event, so shouldn't be too troublesome. It is going to be one of those things, though, where you're going to have to use your brain a little bit on that 133. That said, also, hey, remember how I said you're going to get 100% bonus bond if you max out your buddy points? Well, there's going to be some special little extra quests for more drops, and more importantly, more teapots! These are called tea break quests. Tea break quests also have higher than normal buddy point gains, so you can only do these once to get the rewards, but, they drop extra points, they drop extra teapots, they give you extra buddy points, you want to do them. They're like little CQs, but none of them should be super hard. Now, to clear all this, your normal event bonus is just going to be damage and bond up. The only way to get more bodyguard points is your old event CE, but it's okay, it's Office Lady Murasaki, you want that CE anyway. You want that CE. But, it's the usual spread. BAZETT, Monarch Nuclear, will get plus 100% damage and plus 50% bond. Medusiana, that's Lancer Medusa. Jaguarman, yes, I do refuse to say Jaguar Warrior, it's because it's a Devilman reference. Karen and Estrella get plus 50% damage and plus 20% bond. Also, Estrella gets to be a bonus servant back-to-back, nice. Meanwhile, Nero Bride, Sei Shonagon, Murasaki, the regular version, not the summer one, Semiramis, MHXA, and Angry Mango, get 30% damage up and 20% bond. So you've got a small spread, but enough to get you started on that damage bonus, and obviously with the buddy points, you are basically whoever you like to use anyway will just naturally become your event bonus servant. Now, why the fuck should you go through all this trouble? Well, if you clear all 3 million points, you're gonna earn fabulous prizes, like QP, a lot of it. The, highest level points are 5 million per pop. Apples, mana prisms, and materials such as small bells, dragon fangs, giant rings, rainbow yarn, bloodstone tears, and foreign god hearts. Also 5 tickets and the command codes, plus code keys, gold foes, plenty of lock-on and surprise chocolates, and 2 crystallized lures. Also, it does have the last CE copy, thank God, but it's 1.8 million out of 3 million points, so considering the CE is for more point drops, it's not super a lot of help there. You're literally going to be 2/3 done, but it exists, so you don't have to farm the drop, at least. Thank you. And you'll also be getting normal shop currency from this. You've got, the usual bronze, silver, and gold matte currency. In this shop, you can acquire normal foes and EXPs, including 5-star EXPs, thank goodness. 4 copies of the drop CE, and materials such as gunpowder, bones, going to the bone zone, shells, comet shards, ice, stakes, oni lamps, mirrors, grease, Lancer Rider caster statues, both silver and gold, and 2 more lures! Shout out to how many lures we can get per event now. It's 5. I appreciate this. And I appreciate that not all of them are locked behind the CQs. But yes, plenty of crystallized lures. This event is going to appear with a BAZETT, aka Monarch Nuclear banner, and that'll have currency CEs on it. But also, there's going to be a rotation of banners, like every 24 hours for basically every permanent or story-locked female SSR will show up as well. So you'll have a wide variety of banners to choose from if you are rolling this Valentines. And also, this event is when Karen's NP rank up will occur. This gives her bonus damage versus chaotic. So it's only been a year, but she does have a little bit of a lackluster NP, so we're going to solve all of that. And that is about it. I know it's a quick run. It was about 10 minutes, but honestly, it's a Fuyuki Clear event, and it's pretty compact. Get points, get Valentines. The Valentine CEs that you unlock should also give you a bodyguard point bonus. I think it's like 10% per. So, if you got any in storage, you can crack them out for the bonus to get started as well. And yeah, just chew through stuff, get Valentines, get drops. There's a lot of fun little items in there. One of the command codes for this is the buddy ring gold, stuff like that. We got a few fun tips and tricks here. So yeah, should be a good time. I'm looking forward to all the scenes. Also, don't forget to turn your audio up for Valentine scenes. Remember, they are voiced. This also means, by the way, there will probably be a large data download if you're like me and do the thing where you download all data on FGO. We're adding more audio files. But yeah, no, seems like it should, just in general, be a good time. And I didn't really talk about it because there's only seven quests. Your story support servants are going to be a lot of BAZETT and a little bit of Estrella and Medusiana. But yeah, no, it's a time.
It's an exciting time.
Yeah. I don't know if this one will be quite as funny as the last one, but like I said, Bag on Head Karen is coming back. She's in the preview ages, so there'll be some level of goof and gag. But yeah, I'm very excited for this. Like I said, not just because Valentine's is a great time, but I think I like I haven't played it yet, but I think I like this buddy rank system. Servants that you naturally use anyway get more bonus and more bond. You get extra teapots during this. I don't know what the bond rewards are like during this event itself, but you get plus 100% up, so it might be a good time to spend your teapots that you're unlocking. So yeah, seems cool. We'll be jamming, as they say. But that's the pre-game. I know it's short, but like I said, there's not a lot to go into. There's like 2 bosses that have weird gimmicks. The rest is just have you got some max level servants maybe. Straightforward, get points, get goodies. There's a lot of goodies. I'm very hyped about some of the shit in here. Small bells, always need those. Steaks, bones, seashells are also like hella important if you want to fucking do anything with a summer servant. Comet shards are at a premium. Like it's a good time. But yeah, we're still only at like an hour and 26 minutes raw. So yes, I think we have plenty of time to do Fan Servant Friday. I didn't really talk up the poll at all because I said in the description on Patreon I was just like, it's a new year. I still have like a dozen servants in my backlog for this before I start churning out some brand new profiles. I want to scrape a few more off. So I just threw some shit I had out there. And I was kind of surprised because thematically it's meaningless, but I'm not surprised because he's very famous. I put writer Tutankhamun on the list, and people went for it. He won by a wide margin. So, allow me to be a little bit of an Egypt nerd for you right now, because I fucking love Egypt. It's so cool. Many of you probably know a little about old Tutankhamun, commonly referred to as King Tut, because I suspect that, many of us Westerners cannot actually say Tutankhamun. But this does go all the way back to, when his tomb was uncovered in the year 1922. And honestly, it's funny. Tutankhamun's tomb is one of our most complete, pharaoh's tombs found in the Valley of the Kings ever. For no, real reason. I think the entrance was, double buried behind somebody else's tomb, and the guys just forgot to check there. Because, spoilers, the reason why our archaeological history with most tombs is very bad is because almost every pharaoh's tomb has been robbed. They were buried with a fuck ton of stuff. We've got the records of it, because we still have, inscriptions and things on the walls. And we've recovered a decent amount of mummies. Lack of mummies is due to a different thing. The Victorian-era archaeologists and patrons were very weird. Those motherfuckers would, grind up mummies into dust and, snort it or some shit. I don't know. It's fucking weird. Don't do that. Don't do mummy dust. It's bad for you. It's literally fucking freeze-dried human being. It's just human jerky, okay? Don't do it. But, Tutankhamun was a almost nobody of a pharaoh. His reign lasted about 10 years, approximately 1332 to 1323 BC. So, like, he was around for about 10 years. He would have taken the throne when he was very young. He was, like, 19 when he died, approximately. So, that means that, again, he would have been about 9 years old when he took over the office.
All I'm hearing is Shota servant.
Oh, yes,
Let's
no,
go.
absolutely. Like, obviously, he did die at age 19, but everybody thinks of him as the boy pharaoh, the boy king, so this would absolutely be what this servant is realized as. He should absolutely be, a young lad to join the crew with Kid Gil and Alexander, and Voyager. Sure, put them all together. They can hang out. But, like I said, Tutankhamun was completely, average man. There are some notes about his health issues, it seems like he had a possible, damage in his bones. He might have had a clubfoot. He had some broken bone efforts that were going on. No one's exactly sure what his cause of death was. There were some CT scans that he might have had a broken skull, but also he may have, had some damage to his chest wall and ribs, but they don't really look like they were, time of death type injuries. A lot of people suggest, and this is why, by the way, he's a writer, that he may have had a charioting accident because he is known to have liked charioteering. It's entirely possible that he was just super sickly because the Egyptian pharaohs were very heavily inbred and were not necessarily the best at general nutrition. And also, like I said, I don't know how intense his job as pharaoh was, but he did become the god king of Egypt at, like, age 9. If you've ever, like, looked at a U.S. president, right? Leadership shit ages you. Like, quite literally. Look at Barack Obama when he goes into office, and look at Barack Obama when he leaves office only 8 years, less than a decade later. It sucks some life out of you, okay? So, there's many theories. Like I said, blow to the head was a common pop theory, so there's a lot of mystery involved, but we don't know for sure. I do want to say, because I think it would probably shape his relationship with other servants and characters, Tutankhamun was married to Anaxunamun, who was his half-sister. She was a child of the pharaoh Akhenaten, but with a different mother, so half-sister. But she was probably, based on our guesstimates of her, like, birth dates and so on, she was probably several years older than the boy king pharaoh. So this would probably shape his relationships with, older sister type characters. He's probably used to being bossed around by a big sister.
Shota levels are high.
Also, Anaxunamun is interesting because her mother was the famous one, Nefertiti, wife of Akhenaten. We have the bust of her and stuff. She was the proper great chief royal wife, the queen consort. Whereas, like I said, Tutankhamun's mother was a different, route there. Also, by the way, I said Tutankhamun. That means glory to. Actually, is it glory or protection? Name is. Yes, that's right. It's living in the image of Amun. His name at birth was given Tutankhaten because his father Akhenaten was a weirdo. If you don't know the Akhenaten story, this guy becomes pharaoh, right? He was Akhenamun. He becomes pharaoh. He decides, you know what? Our powerful polytheistic religion, right? Where we have lots and lots of different gods of various power levels. During this time period in the Middle Kingdom, actually, no, it was the New Kingdom. Sorry. Egyptian history is so long, even I don't remember all of it. This was technically the New Kingdom, which is the back third of the Egyptian period. But during this time period, oh god, Walt's fucking calling us out for chair gang.
Well, fuck him.
How dare he? But the priesthood of Amun-Re, a very popular god associated with many things. The Greeks syncretized him with Zeus, for instance, but so he's a big deal. But Akhenaten was like, all that shit, fucking fake. Here's what I got. Came to me in a dream. You know what's only important? The Aten, the depiction of the solar disk. The sun is the only god. Everything else, fake news. So we're going to start an entirely new church about the Aten, the sun disk, and I'm going to move our entire fucking capital from, I believe currently the capital was in Thebes, to Amarna. Amarna is the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, literally, Cairo, Giza, right? That's a bustling city. Thebes, bustling city. Amarna, nowhere. Middle of the fucking desert. It's next to the Nile, at least, but, fucking nothing there. Just ruins. So, this is actually, during his time period, like I said, historically he didn't do a lot, but one of the big things that Tutankhamun did do was basically restore the faith. After his father came along and, disempowered all the priesthoods, disbanded everything, moved the capital, this 9-year-old becomes the fucking king, and he's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move back to Thebes, priesthood of Amun, you're back in. I'm now Tutankhamun, we're all cool, everything's square. So, there's a lot of interesting effects there to talk about. So, there's some extra spice. But like I said, this guy didn't have a very particular reign that was very important to anybody. It's an interesting footnote because this was a very chaotic period, and he kind of came back and set everything straight. Obviously, he was 8 or 9 years old when he became pharaoh. So how much of this is his idea, and how much of this is his advisors? His again, he got married to his older half sister. How much is this kid really in charge of things? But when you become the pharaoh, you are considered to be a god, so it's not like, they could get away with not listening to him. But it's still a funny little anecdote. But the reason why we know so much about him and why he's so important to us in the future is because he had an intact tomb full of the good shit. Because normally, basically the way the short version of how the Egyptian afterlife works is, in the afterlife, you basically get all the shit you're buried with. And the Egyptians believed that the land of the dead was basically just like the land of the living, only you're there forever. Assuming that your heart was, weighed correctly, and were not found wanting, and were not devoured by the beast of Amnat, condemning your soul to oblivion forever.
My heart is definitely heavier than a fucking feather. I'm telling you that right now. Fucking bullshit.
That's okay, Lucky. All you need to do is remember when you get buried, have somebody write in a scroll a couple 100 times that you're gonna pass the test. That's what Books of the Dead are for. Is they're packed with spells and prayers, which basically say this guy is all right. He's gonna make it to the land of the dead. He's gonna pass the test, and he's gonna be fine. Look at all this fucking booze and chariots and grapes we've buried him with. Also, my favorite little thing that they would bury you with are called shabtis or ushabtis. There's these little clay figures. Because guess what? In the afterlife, you still gotta work. The Egyptians believed that fucking the working life was eternal, and you are gonna have to go into the fields of Osiris and still have to do your business. But what a Shabti does is it says, it's got a little thing, and what you're supposed to do is you just call out, Shabti, awaken, and the little clay figure will spring up, become a full-sized dude, and say, I am here, and for one day out of your afterlife year, he will do your job. So, very rich merchants would be buried with about, 100 Shabtis. They could get most of their out of their work free. If you were the pharaoh, you could expect to be buried with I don't exactly know how long the Egyptian slaughter year was, but the equivalent of 365 Shabtis. Literally never have to work. But also, this kind of stuff is cool for, magecraft and attack animations and shit. These are literal spell figures who are supposed to jump up and do your work. It's great. Love them. Love those little guys. But yeah, so, Tutankhamun is classed as a writer in this system because he was buried with 4 chariots of various types, and it is believed based on depictions of him in his tomb and funerary texts he was buried with. He liked to charioteer. He was a young man. He liked to go fast. He felt the need for speed. Who hasn't, as a young lad? Also, the Egyptians were very well known for their chariots. They didn't really have conventional cavalry like horseback riding because the stirrup wasn't invented, but they loved chariots and they were very good at them. So, there is your backstory for now. There are some things about the discovery of King Tut's tomb, but we'll cycle back to that when we get into the actual fanservant profile here. So, writer, alignment, lawful neutral. I kind of figure that we could probably go lawful good, but that might be reading a little too much into it. Lawful neutral works. He's just a guy. Strength and endurance, both D. He, like I said, would probably be depicted as his boy Pharaoh self, so not the strongest, not the fastest, or the most toughest, but definitely agility B, magic power A, luck C, NP A+. He's got a lot of the magical juice going for him. Went with a magic resistance B and a writing C for the class skills. Again, I think that he would probably have a pretty decent rank of magic resistance as both a writer and also knowing some things about magic stuff. And, C is a very middling level writing. For personal skills, Divinity B. So, the straight up, the way the mythology of becoming Pharaoh works is, and yes, I know some of you in our modern society are gonna get, cognitive dissonance from this, but you just gotta go with it. It's a divine revelation. How becoming Pharaoh works is, when you claim to be Pharaoh, you are basically saying, hey, my dad, he wasn't the previous Pharaoh. He was actually a god. Which exactly god this is depends on the time period. Usually it's some version of Ra or Horus. They're the gods associated with kingship, but it could be Amun-Ra, for instance. So basically what you say is that your own dad was cucked by a god, but it doesn't matter because if he was the pharaoh, he was a fucking god king, so who cares? You are now a god, and thus you are entitled to rule Egypt, the upper and lower kingdom. So naturally this means that King Tut would be, in mythological schemes, a demigod, and would be deified after death. Plus, his name can be translated as living in the image of Amun, so, pretty high rank of divinity. For other skills, you've got Egyptian Magecraft C, similar to the skill that Nitocris has. Basically, fate says that Egyptian pharaohs would have been in possession with a certain lineage of magic crest, so he has Egyptian Magecraft C. Gives a positive modifier with both necromancy and curses. Because of his youth, his skills would be a little limited. I think he would have a lower rank than Nito. This means you could probably get away with changing some of the effects, because one of the things that Nitocris's Egyptian Magecraft does is give her an instant death success rate. I don't know for sure where that would go in Tutankhamun's spread of skills. And if it did go somewhere, it doesn't even have to be in this skill, because I remembered that writers have lots of NPs, so he's got a lot of those as well. He doesn't even need his actual skills. He could just be like Achilles, and all of his skills in FGO could be NPs. But giving a self-heal and stuff, yes, he's thinking good thoughts. Do you want to say that part out loud?
No, sorry. Megan's just been going on. I'm just here off of my own how Tut would be basically doted and bossed around by Cleo and Nito. I'm just yes, this is good. I want to see this.
Yeah, no, it would be a perfect fit. It would be the easiest slam dunk of all time. Also, hey, Fair Youth B, Alex and Kid Gil's charm skill. He's the boy king. He can get some Fair Youth. A fascination effect similar to magic. Pretty normal stuff. It's just that effect of, looks at you and says, you couldn't punch this pretty face. The only actual, unique skill in this zone, I think, would be Protection of Amun, which I ranked at B. The protections and blessings of Amun-Ra, the chief deity of the Egyptian religion. He's their creator god. He's syncretized with Ra the sun. He hears the prayers and protects the people. So Tutankhamun, was said to have restored that faith. He lives in his image, so he would have a powerful protective blessing skill. This also means that for the most part, a lot of our Egyptian servants would be, associated with different members of the pantheon. Ozymandias is associated with Ra directly. Nitocris is associated with Horus, etc. So we spread the love around. But, protection of Amun, protection against curses and evil creatures, and from the works of lesser Egyptian deities. So, probably a debuff immunity or a self-debuff cleanse. And then, maybe you set it specifically so it's only ailment debuffs he self-cleanses, curses, etc. And also probably a anti-evil damage type. Again, pretty normal stuff. But you don't even have to do that one. Because, like I said, this guy got a lot of noble phantasms. Because, honestly, we've got a lot. First of all, if you want to talk about, noble phantasms, right, mysteries made solid, we have a lot of those. We found his tomb with all his shit that he was buried with. We've got a lot of cool things that he had. So, recreating those mysteries as items when he's summoned makes perfect sense. The first one, the Curse of the Mummy. Death shall come on swift wings. An A-plus anti-personnel noble phantasm. Hey, remember I said I'd have some stuff to tell you guys about King Tut's tomb being opened? So in 1922, his tomb was discovered by the Carter expedition. The discovery was by, but it was Howard Carter and his archaeology team were excavating, and they discovered, so many cool things he's got going on. God, everybody's just playing Skyrim today. What the fuck is up? I need them to stop. I'm already, I have to constantly fight the desire to play Skyrim. Not constantly, but you know what I mean. It's a very easy game to pick up. But, we moved through all this stuff. But, hey, some weird shit happened. So, Howard Carter was leading this expedition. He was sponsored by Lord Carnarvon, the Earl of Carnarvon. And so, 5 months after stepping in the tomb in 1922, Carnarvon died of a cause of pneumonia. He was very frail. But there were a few other cases. Howard Carter himself died of lymphoma in 1939, so about 15 years later. But plenty of people survived. I think they said that out of the 58 people who were present when they opened the sarcophagus to see what's inside, only 8 of them died within the next dozen years. But there's a lot of rumors about the curses. The subtext I even used for this NP is a inscription from a tomb up in Giza, I believe. But it says, "Death shall come on swift wings to those who enters this, my tomb." Unknown if death comes on swift wings for tourists who go to see that inscription, but, some stuff caught up. So this is the classic myth, the curse of the mummy. As a noble phantasm, the physical manifestation of this ability is his mask, his death mask, the very famous one. Saw this in person, by the way, for one of my birthdays. I think it was 12th or 13th. Got tickets when there was a museum display in Miami to go see this, so I have seen King Tut's gold in person. I have not been cursed by it, probably. You never know. But it was pretty rad. Egypt does pretty regularly ship out all the goods on tour. But basically, it manifests as his death mask, his untold treasures, such as a lotus chalice, coins, jewelry, many statues, including a small portable shrine to Anubis, protector of the dead. So, basically, this gives him a golden rule-like ability. But also, his treasure is cursed. A couple prominent members of the archaeology team died suddenly after the tomb was opened. So he can use his treasures freely. Anybody who attempts to steal, destroy, or abuse his hospitality will hit with a powerful curse. So a wasting curse similar to disease which saps their strength and, will turn them into a mummy eventually. So, because the treasure is so famous and his curse is so well known, all of Tutankhamun's attacks can gain a curse element. So again, this is probably would actually be a skill, not his primary noble phantasm, but it would probably give him, NP gain up for the golden rule type effect, and then on basic attack, give the enemies the curse. I mean, if that's how my fucking ancient Egyptian curse came forward, is I can't roll a saber musashi. I'll take that rather than getting pneumonia and dying. But yes, so powerful curse energy. Also, you know what else he was buried with? Iron daggers, which are probably from meteorites. So, meteor dagger, the king's dagger of the stars, a C++ anti-personnel noble phantasm. That's right. King Tut was buried with meteoric iron daggers. This may also be why a certain thing happens with another thing in JoJo's parts. Meteoric iron is connected to stuff. But in ancient Egypt, they, kind of similar to Japan, but different technology, they had very poor quality of iron and iron working. They did not have good access to iron deposits. They used bronze mostly. But, the biggest honcho in the land was given some daggers of some high-quality iron, which was meteoric in nature. This is actually true, by the way. Meteoric iron, because it's survived being yeeted from space, is actually usually very high quality and very accessible because it's on the surface. So he is armed with a set of iron daggers. They were designed, obviously to be used as close quarters weapons, but are also set to have a ritual purpose. So they are mystic codes as well, tied to Egyptian magecraft. They are tied to the ritual of the opening of the mouth, which allows the deceased to breathe and speak again in the afterlife. So, gives him tools he can use to boost his magecraft abilities that he would have, attack enemies, and also would have a natural ability against undead. Again, you could probably skip giving him the normal Egyptian magecraft and just make this a skill that gives him, anti-undead damage or something. But the one you're probably expecting, because I did it in writer, it's the chariot, the Merkabet Senni. Vowels in ancient Egyptian are a little loosey-goosey, but I think I'm typing that correctly. That should be a fairly literal translation of the subtitle, which is Chariot of Young Heroes, a B+ anti-army noble phantasm. The chariots, yes, I put a parentheses there, parenthetical S, found in his tomb. He had ceremonial models, so like big fancy chariots. He also had daily use chariots, just his normal-ass chariot that he liked. The Egyptians used chariots as a heavy warfare platform. They attacked the enemy from range with arrows while shielded by the chariot and its crew. They moved at high speed. Basically, they had a shock roll akin to modern armored vehicles. So, we don't actually know for sure that he actually commanded a chariot in life, but he had a lot of them, and he had several things in there. And, he was said in his, funerary inscriptions and his burial goods, his funerary goods, to be an archer. He had bows and arrows in there as well. So, they don't count as a noble phantasm because there's nothing particular about them, but the chariot was, a symbol of elite authority and young heroism, so it's a noble phantasm. He could, he would summon a chariot powered by the gods, so it's, flying chariot. It doesn't need horses. He can rain down arrows on it, take to the heavens the power of the sun, and he can use action arrows there. Yeah, Sunny D. Also, the way the chariots, like I said, they were shielded. They would actually have shields stuck to the side of them, so it would be protective as well as giving him extra arrows to fire. So this would probably be his active, NP, probably an AoE, where he flies around in the chariot and, shoots arrows at people.
Pew, pew.
Not exactly sure about your extra benefits, but you could probably get a few in there, like, maybe team-wide def up and stuff like that. Do some AoE damage.
That's a lot of damage.
And also, like I said, if you included other stuff, he would probably have a skill which gives him, curse on attack and stuff like that. The final noble phantasm, it's the one I talked about. It's Ushabti, I am here. A C-rank anti-army noble phantasm. Legendary little figurines of these. So, hey, remember I said that being Pharaoh, you'd be buried with a lot of them? Well, we have the count. Tutankhamun was buried with 400 of these little guys.
Oh, wow.
So, they are the servants of the afterlife. So, when the owner is called to do work, they spring forth and do it for him. They usually model with agricultural or labor tools, like, right on them. And every 10 Ushabti has an overseer Ushabti who is armed with a whip. So that means that he has 300 regular Ushabtis and then, 100 of the... Actually, would that be right? No, it wouldn't be exactly. I don't remember the proportions. It's over 400, so the math is not exact, but every 10 there's an overseer, which is also hilarious. But yeah, when you call upon them with spells of the Book of the Dead, they're compact in storage, but they spring to life and become life-sized, so they're not intended to be used as warriors, but they are, similar to golems. They're animated constructs who can do labor and are tougher than humans. And they are just, he's got an army of these little guys as a noble phantasm, a collection of mystic codes basically to fire up. This would probably be a lot of attack animations. He would, shoot his bow and arrow at people or hit him with the chariot, and also would call on these guys to, smack enemies with, rakes, hoes, whips, etc. Very similar to how Nudicrous just summons forth Medjeds to, bonkle people. But yeah, he's got a lot, so it'd be very fun. Also, this would probably be a very rad servant to have in an actual Grail war, because it would just be like, you don't have to do shit, you just get golems to do everything. Unlike, a VK Braun, though, he does have a limit, he would only be able to possess as many Ushabtis as he possessed in real life. He can't really make more, but they're a neat little thing. I think there's a wide variety of different, ascensions and gears you could do for art-wise. You could start simple. You could go for, upgrading him with extra armor and bling. Probably eventually give him, like, the classic Pharaoh's crown that mirrors the death mask he was wearing. Stuff like that. Get shinier, more blinged out. But actual ancient Egyptian clothing, even for the Pharaoh, would be pretty simple in your day-to-day. Just a cotton or linen tunic, some nice sandals. So you could very easily start small and then, increase the bling levels appropriately. And, yeah, that's King Tut. I like Egypt. Fascinating story. But that was your Fanservant Friday for this month. Let's see. How long have we been going? We're just under 2 hours raw. Let's see. Do we have anything in the What's Up zone to talk about?
Not
I did
really.
put anime or something in there. I don't know if you got any anime to talk about.
There was one show that I forgot to mention last week that I remember now. I just literally hadn't put it on my watch list for Crunchyroll. But I do have to ask, did you actually reinstall Crunchyroll yet?
Yes, no. I haven't watched anything new because I've been going back and watching. My brain blanked on Black Lagoon for a second for some reason. But yeah, I've actually been sitting down and watching Black Lagoon. I've talked about this before, but I'm pretty sure I watched the first couple of episodes back in the High Seas days.
Yeah.
But that was a lot less consistent, so I'm actually watching it now because it's relevant to stuff we talk about. But yes, I have found that Crunchyroll works fine on my PS5, and I got a watch list of shit to go through.
Yeah. So the one anime that I do want to recommend that I did last week was The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. It's another isekai. Boy, there's a lot of those. In which 3 high school students are summoned to another world, and it turns out that only 2 of them were the actual, quote unquote hero. The third one is just a hanger-on, but it is discovered that he has a very rare affinity, that which of healing magic. Unfortunately, or fortunately, this sparks the interest of one very demonic captain by the name of Rose, who is in charge of the kingdom's rescue squad. Basically, they go onto the battlefields and take wounded soldiers off the front lines and heal them. The way she does that is by being goddamn unstoppable. She has a very demonic way of training, which involves a lot of heavy working out until you drop, and then healing yourself better and doing it again, over and over again. So it's very interesting. I like this one because it is not the normal paradigm for the isekais. While the main character does have a strong power, he is not inherently strong, nor what's the word I want to use? Broken, I guess, in the way is. He just has the ability to heal himself, and he is spending his time literally just running laps until he passes out and continues on. And I think there's something...
Push-ups,
there's some
sit-ups, plenty of juice.
Yeah. There's something nice about that. Like I said, it's just him. Like I said, he never really gets much more crazier than that. He just comes up with weird ways to use healing magic, hence the title. And, just doesn't skip leg day. So that's yes. Varen puts it the best way. He'll tank your way through everything.
So he's a warrior.
Yeah, no. It's very good. I actually read the web novel here, and it's very good. I recommend it because, like I said, it's isekai, but it's not over the top or crazy. It's actually fairly well grounded and has a good story. I still keep in my heart of hearts, I hold a wish there that Rose and Usato, that's the main character, develop feelings for each other. Listen, trust me, I like fierce looking women who can kick my ass. It's a thing, okay? It's great.
All right. Well, then, other than that anime stuff, probably a little bit of video game roundup. You guys probably don't need us to tell you this, but, reviews are hitting for stuff. And, honestly, in terms of just the raw gaming, 2024 is off to a good start. Not great for some people. I believe that, shocking, I know, but after clinching the merger of Activision Blizzard, Xbox is saying that they're going to lay off a bunch of people, and they're not sure where and when. Just they're going to do it. Which, seems kind of weird considering you fucking... One, I'm pretty sure Phil Spencer said that they budgeted a fuck ton of money to staff retention. Apparently not enough. But also, B, considering how much money they paid they paid this company to acquire them. But anyway, go ahead.
Listen, I maintain that they did this merger just to say, fuck you, Sony.
Oh, no, that's literally true. That came out in the court filings. The reasoning why the acquisition happened was there was a fear that I think it was Starfield actually, which is kind of funny, all things considered. But there was a fear that Sony was going to approach. I think it was no, not it wouldn't be. It was the Activision. Was it because it was the Activision Blizzard one? Was it going to be COD? I think the Bethesda started because they were worried about Starfield. But yeah, basically. Phil Spencer decides to buy studios because he's worried that PlayStation might give a timed exclusivity deal to them.
Timed.
Yeah. And eventually coming to PC, so yeah. I don't know. It's wild, but video games that have been coming out this month have been reviewing pretty well. Like I said, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is out. It's got very high scores. It's a 90 on OpenCritic,
Nice.
Tekken 8 also, I'm not a Tekken guy, but, I know a lot of people have been chomping at the bit, and that's also got a 90 on OpenCritic. It's doing great. We didn't mention it because I don't think it's hit either of our radars really, but I've actually seen the scores, and Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is definitely doing like super good. Like I didn't realize it's got like an 87 on OpenCritic. Like
yeah, no, I've heard a lot of people saying it's really good.
Very positive vibes. The Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy also came out, and that's got like an 82 on OpenCritic. You know, considering it's a re-release trailer, it's doing pretty good. Pal World has been selling like nuts.
I was interested in Pal World, but it's like it just hit me at a really bad time, so I have no idea what it's actually like.
Yeah,
I should ask Aaron. I know Aaron's playing it.
Yes, check in. Like mechanics wise, it sounds like a game that's probably okay to get into. Like I haven't actually gotten around to playing RimWorld, but I know it's one of those types of games that I enjoy, and that's despite the Pokemon with Guns marketing strategy. That's the actual gameplay loop I've heard is much closer to an Ark Survival or a RimWorld kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an interesting one, but they're having a big breakout hit as well. I think that studio has another game coming out this year as well. It's like a 2D more, I assume probably more Metroidvania. The styling of the gameplay looks a lot more like a Hollow Knight, but with a cute witch as the protagonist. But like Apollo Justice stuff coming out, that's good, even considering that's a remastered trilogy. I know that Capcom has basically said, that like, hey, don't fear, this franchise is not dead. Other than that, no further intel. I remember reading a fucking news story that it's like, hey, is it a good thing that people are reacting to this saying, is it a good thing that Capcom said the franchise isn't done? And I'm like, I mean, yeah, kind of, because it means they're going to do ongoing support. There are still some games that were only released in JP that haven't come out in the West yet. The sequel to Investigation, starring Miles Edgeworth, has never been localized or translated officially. So, like, that's cool. But they've already missed like announcements in like major anniversary years. I don't think AA7 is coming anytime soon. I wouldn't be surprised if they're working on it. I think it may have been in I think there were some leaked documents saying that Capcom is working on it, but it's clearly not a priority for them right now. So we'll sit back and let them cook. The re-releases at least have been doing very well, and I think will probably sell very well. I think Ghost Trick also did pretty good with its HD re-release, and that's by the same major director and writer Shu Takumi, who's kind of the big daddy for Ace Attorney. He did Ghost Trick as well, which is why if you follow the Ace Attorney Twitter or YouTube or anything, they're often paired together. But yeah, so we're firing up, and I don't know when. Let me actually see. Metacritic, do you have a TBD, time frame for when the embargo is going to lift on P3? No, it just says user critic scores are not available yet.
Atlas usually likes to play things really close to the fucking vest, so
yeah, Atlas is the ones who are on top of streaming restrictions and shit. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm also seeing TBD in this list. Suicide Squad. That one is not going to go as well. It's gonna be a bad time.
What kills me again, I guess I really can't. I gotta remember myself that everyone has different experiences, but I've seen people going to bat over how Suicide Squad is gonna be a good game. I'm just like, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Listen, we've mentioned this before. We do this when we talk about games and stuff. Yeah. We have liked games that are, by most technical definitions, shitty.
Yeah.
I have played some dumb games. You know what my first PS3 game was? Heavenly Sword. It was in retrospect, it's a very mid fucking hack and slash game. Sony tried to sell it. Yeah, it was a tech demo. It was a tech demo. They got fucking oh god, I forget his name now. Andy Serkis.
Yes.
The mocap actor. They got him to do some experimental mocap shit with the characters and stuff. It's very flashy. It was very glitzy. It was not God of War, as evidenced by the fact that God of War, as a first-party Sony title, came back, and Heavenly Blade has not. Heavenly Sword. But I have fond memories of that game. I played it pretty decently. Doing the crossbow segments with the 6-axis controller was funny. It was a neat time. But it was weird. It's a game that I bought and played. We got other shit like that. It's okay. But Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League feels like a game that was designed in a boardroom by committee, and unfortunately, all of the poor son of a guns who had to make that game had no creative control over making something that is actually, gonna be good. Somebody just saw that, like, the second Suicide Squad movie was good, and people liked it. And forgot to learn the lesson that the first crack at making a Suicide Squad movie was stupid. It was dumb. I know. I watched it. You all thought it was dumb, too. It was. It was a goofy-ass movie. This is Katana. Her sword steals the souls of her victims. Thanks?
You can't see him, but I just did, like the what head turn.
Yeah, I know. That's an actual line of dialogue in the movie. Also, Katana's fucking dialogue is all in Japanese and mostly unsubbed. She's just fucking out here talking. Why the fuck did she tag along with the Suicide Squad? I don't know. They already had bomb collars. You didn't need him. Fucking Slipknot got his ass blown up. Nobody cares. Get fucking Will Smith to be Deadshot? What a waste of time. At least we can all agree that, like, Margot Robbie was a perfect Harley Quinn. That's why they cast her in, like, 2 more movies as Harley Quinn.
Honestly, I think this has also been a reason for another one of the Harley Quinn tone shifts.
Yeah.
Maggie Robbins' portrayal of Harley Quinn.
I mean, listen, I'm okay with it. If Harleen wants to, I think that's all what we saw watching the old cartoon was like, oh, come on, Harley, the Joker's no good for you.
Yeah.
You gotta leave this guy. Like,
gotta leave this clown.
That's a perfect heel face turn for her to, like, go into, like, the Suicide Squad, and I think eventually she's just, like, in straight up anti-hero territory now. You know, and a lot of the comics she's getting together with Poison Ivy, another person who, as our real life slips closer and closer to ecological disaster, sometimes we may think, hey, maybe Poison Ivy wasn't so bad. Maybe her, you know, demolishing guys cutting down the Amazon rainforest is fine, really. But because, you know, I think this is another thing we've said that we should reiterate. We don't actually want games to be bad, really. Like,
no, we don't.
But
this game is not inspiring confidence in me.
No, they did a trailer, like a spotlight trailer, at I think a PlayStation event, and their response was so bad, it was so lukewarm, they delayed the game for a fucking year. And it doesn't look like they changed any of the things that people didn't like. It's still got like a weird fucking third-person looter shooter vibe in a Suicide Squad game. That's to say nothing of the fact that this is, unfortunately going to be Kevin Conroy's, like, last performance as Batman. This is his posthumous credit. And he's gonna be an evil mind-controlled Batman you're probably gonna kill. Like, that's such a rough place to be in. And I mean, like, I understand that, like, right, like, that, like, if you've got his last performance, you're not gonna, like, scrap it, because that would also be super disrespectful. It's just one of those unfortunate things about, you know, AAA game design that, like, there's this game is so cursed.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, I think this is probably one of the reasons why I don't like playing like comic book based video games, just in general. Just because usually there's like so much baggage attached to them that if like you don't do something like precisely, it just falls fucking apart.
Yeah, it's hard to capture the vibe.
Like, I think this is like, when it comes to fucking like superheroes or supers video games, like, there's only like a few that I can say that I've actually genuinely enjoyed. Insomniac Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man is one. That game was just amazing. The only other one that I can ever think about actually having fun with was back on the PS2. It was called Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
I don't think I played that one, but I remember seeing some footage. Yeah, I bet that. I think that was just one of them smash 'em up type games where you just.
It was just a smash 'em up, but the thing is, it's the Hulk. That's what you do.
Yeah, no,
you smash things. It's perfect.
But yeah, no. Insomniac Spider-Man series is pretty good. I will go to bat for the Guardians of the Galaxy game that was released through, I think it was IDOS under Square Enix.
Yes,
a couple years ago. Like that game was pretty good. I think it does a good job of capturing the Guardians of the Galaxy vibes, but also being different from the movies.
And I think that's the thing you have to. I think looking at these games, I think that's the thing that you have to do to actually get a good like supers game is you have to capture the vibe of the team. I look at the fucking Suicide Squad game. I'm like, is this capturing the vibe of Suicide Squad?
It's got all the. I mean, this is, I think, the problem with the Suicide Squad. I don't think the Suicide Squad thing is, like, built for franchising. It's like a cute gimmick for, like, a short run, or, like, I think there was an animated movie, Escape from Arkham, that was Suicide Squad themed.
Make it a Telltale game. Fuck, that's probably be
that
good.
Would probably be it, yeah. Where, like, you can have people the Suicide Squad guys, like, die part of the way through. But, like, what I think the iconic Suicide Squad, setup is like, you got Harley, you got Deadshot, Captain Boomerang's in there because everybody thinks he's hilarious. Usually you got one of the big guys, like sometimes it's Killer Croc. In the case of Kill the Justice League, it's King Shark. I think because he's been like, King Shark's a character, and I'm pretty sure in the Harley Quinn cartoon they're putting on HBO Max. So like he's in a vibe right now. Is there anybody else in the squad after that? I don't even know. Is it four characters? But yeah, no, it's not gonna go great. And again, it's a shame because like there's some real love put in there. They showed her off in some of the trailers. They're designed for like fucking Wonder Woman. Chef's kiss. They're cooking. The problem is they're cooking, and the recipe is Suicide Squad. There's no amount of spice you can put in there. No amount of little, you do the little emerald spice thing. Put a couple extra dabs of Muscle Mommy Wonder Woman in there. You can't fix it. So I just like live in train wreck style, head craning about how that review is gonna go.
Yeah.
God, and that means we're 2 weeks from Helldivers 2 as well.
Another game I won't be able to play because I'm broke and no,
Sorry,
I have
please.
I have to
PlayStation Plus, please.
I have to be very picky with my games upcoming because, like I said, I already got 3 games pre-ordered. I got P3 Reloaded, I got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I got Unicorn Overload Reloaded. And I'm not giving up Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I'm not giving up fucking Unicorn Overlord. I'm just not. I have like almost every fucking. I almost fucking every Vanillaware game. Yeah. Like I'm not. Yeah. But I also know that like Stellar Blade's supposed to come out sometime this year, and I really want that game. I really do.
We don't have the dates though yet.
We don't have the dates.
Video games are gonna be fucking jamming. It's about to get intense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be going in the tank, because I did not get any special editions, but I pre-ordered P3, so I'm like, okay, I have 28 days to finish this game, or at least get to a point where I feel comfortable stopping it to play Rebirth, because Rebirth is gonna be that's my shit, y'all. I've been anticipating this game for years. They've been doing fucking crazy stuff with the trailers and the gameplay. I have come fresh off a replay of Remake with the DLC and like all that vibing. We streamed all that, by the way, so you can check that out as well. That archive's all up on the channel. Maybe give us a little bit of extra ad rev. A little bit since that mattered. Juice that up a little, but like I'm ready to see this and to experience it and to hopefully not have it ruined by the internet. Like
that's why we gotta get in there quick.
Like Remake, there were some parts where I got a little too intense and I kind of fell off and stuff. I don't think that's going to happen with Rebirth. One, because it sounds like there's a fuck ton of shit to do, but also like this one's gonna have, if there's any twisty turny juicy stuff, it's gonna be in there, and I don't want to be hearing about this on Twitter first. I want to be having that moment at 5:00 in the morning. Been playing the game for 8 hours straight type shit. That's gonna be me. See what crazy stuff is going on there. But yeah, so like it's gonna be an intense couple of months, and I'm ready to vib. But let's see. That's our video game check-in. We're about 2:20 raw. It is getting close to midnight, so we should wrap this up. Also, once again, I need some snacking. And also, I need to, speaking of me snacking, I need to order me more fucking groceries as well. Talking about paying bills. So we should probably wrap on up out here. No. Also, I feel like I'm reaching the manic state where I'm talking nonsense. Not that I don't do that all the time, but yes. Let's wind it down. Anything going on with you, Lucky, you want to remember to bring up to the people before we get on out of here?
No, not really. Like, I'm always down to talk about Singularity War, but like I said, if you're already feeling getting out of it, no need to bring it up.
Yes, just watch the APs. I'm sorry I didn't remember to upload the latest one. That's my bad. I meant to make it public today, and I just fucking forgot.
Okay, so I did upload it. No, okay.
Yes, Wednesday you remember to upload it. I forgot to make it public and post it.
Okay, good job.
Chill. It'll be there.
Other than that, then no. God, do I want to be naughty and order me some food? I kind of do. I really shouldn't. I shouldn't. That's Friday. I usually like eating out on Fridays. We'll see. I don't know. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do in 14. I've just been standing on top of our stockpile like it's fucking King of the Hill or something.
It's choices we almost live with. Anyway, before I completely run out of voice juice, We're leaving. Hey, if you're watching this video on YouTube, like it, subscribe, comment, hit up our Discord, link in the description and on the channel page. You can also join our channel memberships. Allows you to get access to membership badges and emotes and helps support us. Channel memberships, it's cool. You even get special shoutouts on streams and stuff. Also, like I said at the front of the show, consider supporting us on Patreon. Get access to episodes early in audio format for as little as $1 a month or approximately $10 a year. You know, for a mere seventh of one copy of Persona 3 Reload, you could support us on Patreon for a whole year. And at higher levels, you can get access to videos early, like the Wanted that will be coming out for Monai McLear at some point. Not obviously anytime soon, because, they haven't even fully announced the event. We got a few more days for the stream, but that's going to be in the hopper. So, you can also vote in polls like Fanservant Friday and our monthly poll on which episode of Fail Betrayal we are going to do on Tuesday. Y'all have shown immense culture, and we're going to be doing the Amazoness archetype. So We're going to look at muscle women on Fail Betrayal this upcoming week. And yes, Lucky, that is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck. Muscle women.
Oh, shit.
It's from the anime a couple of times.
Sorry, I might have hurt my neck a little bit with how quick I whipped my head around.
This whiplash came around, yes.
Yeah.
So you can vote on these things in Patreon polls and stuff. You can listen to the show get recorded live and on our shoutouts and all other fun stuff. And obviously, we mentioned it a couple of times, but Lucky is currently unemployed, and you could argue that I am technically unemployed because this is my primary source of income. So, support us on Patreon. It's cool. And with that out of the way, this will be it for Let's Tech FGO for this week. We'll see you next week for more Let's Tech FGO. Make sure you're ready to listen to streams and stuff. And like I said, keep your eye out for that Wanted. And that'll be it. Good night, everybody.
Good night.